Hey there folks, Tim Slade here from the eLearning Designers Academy. One of my favorite strategies for creating super engaging e-learning courses is when you position the content of the e-learning course through the lens of a story rather than just the information. And I always love equating it to almost like a children's book. Even though we're creating content for adult learners, this will make sense, right? When you think of a children's book, most children's books have some sort of moral, right, that it's trying to teach the child. But what it doesn't do is it doesn't just have bullet points where it says, hey, remember, sharing is caring. Don't lie to your parents and don't steal things. And let's quiz you on it, right? No, it doesn't do that. It presents the child with a character, somebody that they can see themselves in. And then that character goes through a series of situations, and maybe there's some consequences to bad decisions. And it's through that story that the character learns the lesson and the moral is revealed. And then the reader, the child, understands it because they can see themselves in that situation, right? So what I want to do is I want to show you an example from our eLearning examples library that does a really great job of story-driven e-learning to present the content all through a story, right? So here I am in our eLearning examples library inside our free community. You can check this out with the link down in the description. And today we're going to be looking at this project, Acing Your Internship Interview. And this project is from Conor Wright. Now, with all of our e-learning examples we have here, these are fully built projects to showcase different ways that you can create digital interactive e-learning. And as with all of our e-learning examples, we have some information about the project itself. Obviously, you can view the project. And then we have information about the course author. You can connect to them on LinkedIn, go to their portfolio if they have one. We also list what tools they use. So in this case, Conor used Articulate Storyline. And then whenever possible, we also like to include any of the planning or design documents. So in this case, we have Conor's action map, and we even have a storyboard. And that's a really great way for you to, especially if you're new to e-learning development, you can reverse engineer from the storyboard and even the action map and see how we went from ideation all the way to the completed course. Now, this particular project that we're looking at here, this is one of our featured projects from our past e-learning challenge, March in 2024, which was on Acing Your Internship Interview. Now, if you've never participated in our monthly e-learning challenges, this is another great free opportunity in our free community where you can come and put your skills into practice, build a sample of work for your portfolio, and enter to win some money along the way. So in this particular case, the project was for Oak Moss College, a hypothetical college, and it was for students on how to prepare for their internship interviews. So with all of our challenges, we provide a prompt along with some learning objectives. We provide some ideas for interactivity. And then we even provide a style guide and assets for the hypothetical organization. So here's our Oak Moss College style guide there. And you're going to see that in Conor's project. And our goal here with our challenges is to sort of mimic what a real life project would be like and all of those creative constraints that you would face so that you can put them into your own projects, right? All right, so without further ado, let's jump into Conor's project and see how he took all of this and created a super engaging and simple story-driven e-learning project. So I'll go ahead and click here to launch it, and we'll jump in. All right, so here we have our title screen, really simple title screen. You can see a little bit of that Oak Moss College style come through with the purple here. We have a character here. So Acing Your Internship Interview, explore the essential strategies and techniques to help you confidently navigate your upcoming interview and secure your dream internship. Very good, let's start. All right, we have a screen here with some information that we're gonna have some audio narration. I'll click continue. And what to do if you get stuck or you need help. There's a little icon here. Great. So some navigation stuff here. Really simple. We'll continue forward. All right. Turn off the alarm clock.
Today's the big day. The interview for my internship. I've got a lot to do. I should really get up and get myself showered.
All right. So right off the bat, we're thrown right into a story. We have our character. The alarm clock went off. It's the morning of his internship interview. I love the positioning of this, right? Rather than a boring learning objective screen, we're thrown right into a story, an interactive story, right? So I'll go ahead and click Get Up. Taking a shower. You'll notice I can just stay here forever. While our character takes a shower, but we'll continue.
Now that I've showered, I should probably pick something to wear. What should I pick?
All right, now what I really like about this series of interactions that Conor built into his project, again, we have our character, we can relate to the character, And everything about the information that we're going to receive is presented through decisions that I have to make as the learner, right? Rather than telling us what's professional or unprofessional, I'm going to help our character get dressed. Really simple series of interactions, but it's simulating those real world decisions, and it's presenting it in a fun, lighthearted way. So what I love about this is I can mess up. Maybe we want him to wear the jersey. All right, continue.
Okay, now how about some bottoms? What do you think?
Well, maybe we'll do the sweatpants.
Interesting choice. Last but not least, what shoes should I wear?
All right, and this is the important thing about scenario-driven learning and story-driven learning is that we want to give the learner the opportunity to make the mistake, because that's really where the learning is going to happen. And so in this case, I would suspect that real learners, they would intentionally do the wrong thing just to see what happens.
I'm a little unsure on some of your choices.
All right, we can see here it's too casual. We'll retry.
Now that I've showered, I should probably pick something to wear. What should I pick?
All right, we'll do the right choice this time. Obviously, we're going to wear the shirt and the tie.
Okay, now how about some bottoms? What do you think?
I think we'll wear the black pants.
Interesting choice. Last but not least, what shoes should I wear?
All right, we'll do the dress shoes.
Perfect. I think this outfit is a great choice. I think I'll look professional in this. Let me just go try it on.
All right, so we have our outfit here. We'll continue.
I think this is a great choice for my interview.
All right. We have some information here about why that's a good choice. So a little bit of, informal feedback, if you will. So we'll continue on from here.
Now that I've got my outfit sorted, I should remind myself of the internship I'm applying for.
All right. So we have some information here about the internship. This is probably going to be important later, so I'm going to review it. So internship open, computer engineering. Are you passionate about all things engineering? So are we. We're looking for interns to work on a wide range of domains, back-end, web, front-end, full stack, C++, more. As an engineering intern, in one of these domains, you'll help build various systems that power our applications, scale highly distributed systems, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You have to have a master's degree, graduation between 2024, 2025, strong analytical skills, all that stuff. Okay, good. I think I have a good idea of the position we're applying for. We'll continue.
I've got a couple of questions about the internship now I'm reading it.
Okay, so what should you do with the questions you have? So think of questions during the interview and ask them as you go. Write down your questions, bring them to the interview and ask at the end. Email your questions and hand to your interview, or do nothing. I think we're going to write down your questions and bring them and ask at the end. All right, we'll submit that.
Yeah, you're right. I should prepare what I want to ask now. I can take my questions with me and ask at the end of my interview.
All right. What I love here too is that, as we're making decisions, our character is responding to it, right? Really great audio narration there. We have some visual feedback here about what was correct and incorrect. I think we're in a good place. We'll continue forward.
Right, so I need to write down some questions. What should I ask?
Okay, type in the box below questions you'd want to ask. This is a great use of the text entry field in Storyline, right? So we can go back and look at the internship flyer if we need to. And I, as a learner, now have to figure out what questions I might want to ask. So, I might ask, can you tell me about some of the projects you're working on? Can you tell me some of the challenges you typically face on your projects? What would be the focus of my role as an intern on this team? I can go on and on and on. There's all sorts of questions you can ask for an interview. Separate topic, separate day, separate video. That's pretty good. I'll hit continue.
So you think this is what I should ask?
Now, what I really love about this too, is that when you have a text entry field interaction like this, from an L&D standpoint, it's not reasonable for us to evaluate everything that a learner might type in there. So if this was a real course and we were distributing it to real learners, having this interaction where, the learner types in and then we self-evaluate, what it is that are recommended here, it's a great way to put that back on the learner. Because ultimately, from an adult learning standpoint, I want to have control over the evaluation of how I do, right? So this is a great way to nudge them in the right direction. It's not correct, it's not incorrect, but to have them, apply what they think and then reflect based off of, what we've provided here. And I can go back and amend the answers. I'm good. Or questions. I'll go ahead and click continue.
I need to prepare answering some questions that they might ask me. I remember hearing something about a star. I should remind myself what that is.
All right. So here we have a simple, I'd consider this a tabbed click to reveal interaction to help explain the STAR interviewing model, right? So we have some information about the method, its situation, task, action, result. Click through the tabs on the left to learn more. If you want to look at this in more detail, by all means, check out the link down to the project down below, but I'll go ahead and click through some of this. All right, so the situation, you'll describe the background or situation of a problem you faced. We have some examples here. Love these little icons here. Animated icons, that's really awesome. Okay, task. This is where you talk about what you need to do to tackle the situation or problem. Again, really great animated icons there, just to add a little bit of, visual interest nuance there. And then we have our action. Action's all about what you did to handle the task. I'm loving these animated icons. It's the first time I noticed these in this project. And then we have our result here, right? What was the outcome of what you did? Hey, we drove ROI, right? That would be great. All right, continue to the interview. So a little transition animation screen here.
Welcome. How can I help you today?
Hi, I have an interview at 1 p.m. for a computer engineering role.
Perfect timing. Abby is already waiting for you. If you follow me, I can take you to her.
Brilliant. Thank you.
All right, so setting the stage for what I assume are going to be some scenario-based interactions. One of the things I really want to highlight here too is, in this story-driven e-learning, if you will, we have our character here, we faced different problems, but all the interactions have been, nothing more complex than a multiple choice question. It's just positioned differently with the character, the situation, the context, right? These very easily could have been multiple choice questions. And they are that, but they don't feel that way. And I think that's what makes it, the simplicity of it is so unique and beautiful.
Hi, my name is Abby. I'm the hiring manager for your interview today.
Okay, Abby reaches out to shake your hand. Use the slider to measure the firmness of your handshake. All right, so we have weak on this end, strong on this end. This is a unique use case for a slider, right? So I don't know, we'll put it here right in the middle, see what happens. Okay, your handshake feels too weak. A firm handshake is essential to making a positive impression. Okay, let's go all the way up here. Ooh, that hurt, Abby, and came across as aggressive. Let's go maybe down here. Perfect, all right. Interesting way to
It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Ben. I appreciate the opportunity to interview with your company.
All right, we'll continue there.
No problem. Thanks for coming down to chat to us today. I hope you don't mind, but we'll get straight into some questions. So, what attracted you to apply for the role?
Okay, so click your chosen response below to answer the question. So again, multiple choice question, but presented as a scenario, right? So honestly, I applied because I needed a job. I saw an opening. I thought, why not? I'm not entirely sure, just randomly stumbled upon the job. I researched the company, found that its core values closely aligned with mine, emphasis on integrity, teamwork, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Make this an exciting role and fit. All right, that's obviously the correct answer, right? But let's see what happens when I get it wrong, right? We're going to say, I don't know, I just thought I'd give it a shot.
I'm not entirely sure. I just randomly stumbled upon the job posting and decided to give it a shot.
Right. Okay. And what attracted you to the company?
All right, now what I like about this is we're now getting into true branching here, all right? So depending on what I choose, our interviewer, I think his name was Abby, is giving a contextual response here, right? So she's like, right, okay. So we're actually having some true branching happening here, which I absolutely love. All right, so click your chosen response below to answer the question. I saw your logo and it looked cool, so here I am. I researched your website. Let's see if we can totally mess up this interview. I'm going to say I saw your logo, it looked cool, so here I am.
I saw your logo and it looked cool, so here I am.
All right, we failed the interview. We just totally bombed it. Let's stop there. It's crucial to recognize that initial impressions significantly impact your interactions. All right, so let's retry the whole thing.
Hi, my name is Abby. I'm the hiring manager for your interview today.
All right, so we have the handshake. I think we're there. Okay, there we go.
It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Ben. I appreciate the opportunity to interview with your company.
We'll continue.
No problem. Thanks for coming down to chat to us today. I hope you don't mind, but we'll get straight into some questions. So, what attracted you to apply for the role?
All right, now before I obviously choose the correct answer, so often you see scenario-based learning where people design the scenarios, but they're just, they contrive it that the learner can only go down the right path, right? So what I really love that Conor did here is they allowed me to fail and see the consequence of that. That's where the learning happens, right? So really great work on that. So we're going to say I researched the company, core values, blah, blah, blah.
I researched the company and found that its core values closely align with mine. The emphasis on integrity, teamwork, and customer satisfaction resonated with me, making this role an exciting fit.
Perfect, thank you. Are you able to tell me about a mistake you've made? How did you handle it?
All right, so we have our next option here. Now, I'm not taking this course in detail. I could already tell you what the correct answer is. It's our longer answer here, right? So this is a good example where, we would try and give the answers to be, the same length and same level of detail, so it kind of throws the learner off here. But you get the point. We're still going down this scenario. So I'll go ahead and choose the longer answer here.
Of course. During a project at Oakwell College, I was leading a team to develop a mobile app for a local charity. We were nearing the submission date, and I realized we hadn't thoroughly tested the app's payment gateway integration. My task was to ensure the app's functionality and security. Unfortunately, I underestimated the complexity of testing the payment flow. When we finally tested it, we discovered a critical bug. To address this, I immediately informed my team, and we worked overtime to fix the issue. In the end, we met the extended deadline, and the app successfully launched.
My last question is, have you ever had to make an unpopular decision? How did you handle it?
All right, now, before we continue forward, despite the fact that it was pretty obvious what the correct answer was, I'll make a justification of how it was instructionally valid. It was a good visualization of how much more detailed giving a star formatted answer is and the level of information you want to include there. So I think, we'll give a pass on that one. All right, so my last question is, how have you ever had to make an unpopular decision? How did you handle it? Drag and drop the numbers to the right box to structure your answer correctly. So it sounds like what we're doing is structuring the STAR method. I think so. Okay, so despite resistance, I advocated while leading a mobile app production team. Our team faced a decision point. Decision, we had to choose. Okay, so it sounds like this is our situation. Okay. While leading a mobile app productivity project, our team faced a decision point. We had to choose between developing feature-rich app from scratch, utilizing a simpler template. Okay, I think that's our task. The decision led to faster app launch, meeting project deadlines. Though unpopular initially, it proved to be a pragmatic choice, ensuring an on-time delivery. Despite resistance, I advocated for the use of the template. All right, I think that's our action. And then we have our result down there. All right, submit.
While leading a mobile app productivity project, our team faced a decision point. We had to choose between developing a feature-rich app from scratch or utilizing a simpler template to expedite the launch. Despite resistance, I advocated for the use of the template due to time constraints. I engaged team members to discuss the benefits of this and address their concerns. The decision led to a faster app launch, meeting project deadlines. Though unpopular initially, it proved to be the pragmatic choice, ensuring an on-time delivery.
All right, good. So we structured that STAR response there. I think we're good. We'll continue.
Okay, thank you. That's everything from me. Thank you for sharing your experiences and insights today. We appreciate your interest in our company. Our next steps will involve reviewing all candidates and making a decision. You can expect to hear from us within a week regarding the outcome. Do you have any other questions?
Yeah, I have a couple of questions, if that's okay.
All right, so we have our questions down here. Those got really tiny because I think I typed
no
too
problem.
much.
There are some really great questions in here. Unfortunately, I can't answer these right now, as we're a bit stuck on time. but I will ensure I email you your answers by the end of today. Thank you so much again for your time, and we will be in touch.
No problem at all. I look forward to it. Thank you for the opportunity to interview with you. I appreciate your time and consideration. Have a great day.
All right, so we'll click continue there. All right, I got the internship. Congratulations. Yay, Yahtzee, we did it. All right, you're ready to ace your internship interview. Congratulations. You have equipped yourself with essential skills and insights. And then we have a little bit of a recap here. Choose professional attire, read the internship description, use the STAR method, give eye contact from handshake, and sit up. Confidence matters, right? We have some final tips down there. All right, so that's the project. Really great, simple project. Great work, Connor. But what I think, more importantly, what it demonstrates is how story-driven e-learning doesn't have to be complex. It's just how you reframe, reposition the content to make it about a character, a relatable character, a situation, and certain decision points that the learner might experience. And then, in terms of the scenarios, those can be as simple as complex as you want them to be. As we saw at the beginning of this project with where we had to build what the learner would wear, right? Simple multiple choice questions rather than buttons or radio buttons. It just changed it to icons of the clothing. And then later on, it built on the complexity with a little bit of simple branching that would adapt the response and outcomes depending on our choices there. So really fantastic example. Again, feel free to check out the links down in the description to the project and the challenge details and all of our other examples in our e-learning examples library. Otherwise, I want to thank you so much for watching. If you haven't done so already, make sure to hit that like, subscribe, and bell button to get alerted the next time I publish a video just like this one. And of course, join us inside the eLearning Designers Academy at elearningacademy.io, where we help new instructional designers and e-learning developers grow their careers by focusing on skills first. Otherwise, my name is Tim Slade, and until next time, I'll see you around.